IPMNation.com.
This is Amanda McCarthy, and you are listening to the local Outbreak show on IPM Nation on The Planet 100.1 FM.
Oh my God.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We're here at the studio, as we are every week, at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. The studionh.com is a website if you want to take a look online. Funky little gift shop and art gallery. And like I always say, please support, in addition to your local businesses, or I should say, in addition to your local music scene, please support your local businesses as well. And our guest has just been handed a capo, courtesy of Abe from the band For the Future. For the Future was on very recently, actually, on Local Outbreak, and they world premiered their new video on the Local Outbreak page on IPM Nation. And our guest tonight needed a capo because she's going to be performing live for us tonight. We have returning to the show Amanda McCarthy. Amanda, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We were kind of talking before the show, trying to figure out when the last time you were on was, and we figured it was about 3.5 years ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was April of 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very young.
Zach DeFosse had messaged me about getting you on, and I was like, oh yeah, I know Amanda, she's been on. And we were talking too about, I was thinking you'd been on twice, but one of those was actually that other weird show that I used to be involved in that you were on with the great Glenn R.J. Willett. That was quite an evening. Do you have a copy of that, the video of that? Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone does. So you have a new release that just came out. Well, of course, when this airs, it'll have been a couple of weeks, but it just came out today, technically. Yeah. Is it a full length or is it an EP or what is it?
It's an EP. It's like 6 songs and then a bonus track, which is what my last one was. So It's kind of somewhere in between, I guess. Okay, excellent.
So we're gonna play a few things from that tonight, and then later on you're gonna do a live performance at the end of the show. But why don't we play something from the release now? What do you want to play?
I think we can start with Bad News. That's the opening track. So.
Okay, all right, great. So this is Bad News from Amanda McCarthy here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Would it be a liar if I said I trust her?
IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation, and we are here tonight at the studio with Amanda McCarthy, returning to the show. You know, it's funny. Recently, we had Mark Donovan on, and he had been on the show once before too. But it was like, I don't know if you know Mark, but it was like 4 years ago. It was like, wow.
It's like almost the same thing.
yeah, it's remarkable. You know, and then we have some guests who want to come back like every 6 months, which is cool too. But so when I first met you, the first time you were on the show, I think you had won an award, right, for a song about bullying.
Yes. Oh,
so it's coming back to me now.
I know.
Yeah.
The song was Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
It was my first single. I had just put it out. I don't think at that time I'd won the Limelight Award. Oh, it was the winner of a contest to open up a huge show. That's what it was.
Right. Okay. And when all that happened, I mean, did you find that really kind of helped you in terms of your career, in terms of? It
literally jump-started most of what I know my career to be, and it was the most unintentional thing. I'd seen some other people that like I kind of knew like writing bullying songs, but it was all about like standing up to it.
Yeah.
And that's something I went through heavily in high school, and I just wanted, well, I didn't even really try to write it, but I ended up writing a song that showed like, you know, kind of like the sadder side of it, like the more honest feelings that come with it. And
yeah,
people, they loved it. A lot of people could relate to it. I know I inspired other people to write their own songs, which I thought was really cool. And that song just started most of what I know my career to be. Mm-hmm. And so I guess something good came out of the bullying.
Yeah. No, I mean, any time in life that you can take something that's a negative and turn it into something that it helps and inspires other people and helps yourself deal with what you went through too. I mean, that's a great thing. So, and then what was your? Did you used to play at the Sad Cafe a lot in Plastow?
I used to play there all the time.
That's okay. That's the other thing I remember about that. Yeah, is that still there?
It's not. They closed.
Oh, that's sad.
About a year ago now, I think. Okay. A little over a year.
That explains why I stopped hearing about it. Because, yeah, I used to, I mean, this was quite a while ago, but I was in a couple of bands that played there quite a bit, and I met a lot of great people there. Back when Linda Ard was booking it.
I still love Linda.
Linda's wonderful. Yeah.
She was at a new venue for a little while, and she's not there anymore, but, like, I played there. I had my CD release show there, so
yeah,
I still talk to her.
Yeah. Do you know if she's still... Is she still involved in the scene now at all, or? I
don't think she's booking currently, but I know when her and Donna, the other woman who went there, had
I remember
the chance.
Donna. Yeah.
I know when they can, they try and get out and see people play, and but I don't think they're booking anymore.
Do you know why the Sad Cafe closed?
It was a lot to do with lack of funding and not being able to keep it going.
Yeah.
As well as some other inside stuff that kind of got funky. But
all ages rooms have always, for as long as I can remember, been a real challenge. You know, because it's not like a bar where they make money on alcohol and whatnot. So it's very difficult. You know, they have to really depend on
the cover charge.
On the cover, yeah. And then, you know, and we're in this era now too where a lot of like, did you ever play
Ground Zero?
Yes. Wow, you read my mind. Yeah, I was thinking of Christian. Yeah, because I ran into Christian Skinner actually just a few weeks ago, and I hadn't seen him in a few years.
Oh, wow.
I ran into he and Star, and we were talking about. Christian was lamenting about how once that closed, they really didn't open another venue because they've been through a bunch of venues, you know, the Cafe Eclipse and whatnot. And but it's just so hard now, he said, to do anything all ages because kids just want to, you know, hang out with each other on Skype and on Facebook and rather than going out to a show.
It's terrible. The Sad Cafe and Ground Zero. Like, I think if I was even like a few years younger and I missed those venues, like I think my life would be so much different.
Yeah.
Because that's where like I tried new things and like actually learned how to like talk to an audience and
right.
I don't know what. I just wouldn't be as comfortable, I guess, if I didn't have those places to get comfortable.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes sense. So how much have you recorded since we last talked?
When we last talked, I had just put out my first single, and I just released my second EP.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, the original single, that's also on an EP that you had put out before?
Yes. Sticks and Stones is on my first EP, which is called The Good, the Bad, and the Awkward.
Okay.
That came out June 2014, and my newest release that went live today is called AAA.
Yeah.
And both of those are on iTunes and Spotify and every online store ever.
Excellent. Excellent. Do you play around a lot? Do you do a lot of touring or?
Yes, I definitely play a lot around New Hampshire and Mass. I bop back and forth between them. I venture when I can, into Maine, Rhode Island, New York.
Yeah.
In March, I'm actually going on technically an international tour through upstate New York into Canada.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
back. So
Oh, cool.
that hasn't been formally announced yet, but surprise.
Yeah. So how did that come about?
My friend so I opened up for Hawthorne Heights in May.
Really?
And through that show, I ended up meeting one of my really good friends who's also a musician. His name is Tom Shubsta. He is a drummer at Berkeley. And he not only likes my music, but also appreciates my work ethic. Mm-hmm. So he was like, he is from Syracuse, New York, and he was like, why don't you come out here and do a few shows? So I did that over the summer, met some people out there, and he played cajon for me, and even though he learned all my songs the night before, it sounded like he knew them all his life.
Oh, no kidding.
So this past semester, he's been studying abroad in Spain at Berkeley's campus in Valencia, but when he comes back, he is basically my official drummer, and we're cooking up some full band stuff.
Cool.
Between that and our other project. So,
How'd you get the Hawthorne Heights gig? That's huge.
shout out to Richard Collier from Keynote Company.
Yeah.
He is awesome to me because I'm not stuck up and full of myself like a lot of other people he's worked with. And when he can, whenever a cool opportunity comes along and I'm interested in it, he'll definitely help me out when he can.
That's really cool.
He is the man.
Having the right attitude is really important because I think a lot of people who do get kind of stuck up and full of themselves, they don't realize that if you're unpleasant to deal with on a personal level, people aren't going to want to deal with you on a professional level either.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't get that. So
I learned from a young age to be like gracious and stuff because when I was younger I would do a lot of competitions and if some people didn't win, their parents would erupt into like crazy volcanoes of anger, and my mom and my aunt.
Did you actually witness that? Like that type of thing happen?
Oh, I've witnessed some really scary things.
No kidding, really?
I was afraid of stage parents for a very long time.
Wow.
But naturally, even by nature, I was always happy for the person who won. I always said congratulations and stuff, but my mom and aunt were the same way, and they really always appreciated that I was good-natured like that, and I don't think they would have put up with a brat if I had decided to be a brat.
Yeah, no, that's really good. You mentioned having a drummer and such. I mean, have you done that before? Have you done full band stuff before, or up to now has it always been a solo gig?
I dabbled with some full band stuff when I released my first album. My brother is my lead guitarist. He's phenomenal. He can play any genre in the world, and he's still my lead guitarist. My bass player, Andy Canary, who's another musician from southern New Hampshire, I kind of have two bass players now, but he was my original bass player.
Yeah.
And then Devin Larrabee, who's a student at Keene State, he just kind of got really busy with school, but he was my drummer for a little while for those shows, and he was in a band with my brother, so I kind of got that benefit from meeting him.
Do you have intentions to kind of focus more on band stuff, or are you just kind of doing both? Or
definitely, yes. I really want to focus on band stuff because in my head I hear so many things that I can't really play on guitar.
Yeah,
I'm not a pro guitarist, and I'm not a drummer or a bassist, but the people I've been working with, they really, really just get me. So I definitely will be focusing on full band versions of Amanda McCarthy originals, as well as my side project, Ocean Astronaut. And then for the solo acoustic stuff, I'll probably just keep that to side cover gigs and as much as I can. I definitely really want to divulge into the full band.
Yeah. So what's Ocean Astronaut, the side project?
Ocean Astronaut started out as a duo, and we've pretty much already formed the whole band. It's kind of... Ocean Astronaut and Amanda McCarthy are almost the same thing, except for one member. His name is Gabe Strait. We write a lot together. He definitely contributes to the writing process. So even though it's all the same people, it's totally different.
Yeah.
So basically, when he's not around, it's Amanda McCarthy, and when he is around, it's Ocean Astronaut.
Oh, that's cool. Is any of the Ocean Astronaut music available, or?
We have some demos on SoundCloud.
Okay.
No official singles or releases, but if you search Ocean Astronaut Boston on SoundCloud, you'll find some recordings that we've made.
Cool.
And we have our first show as the full band in January.
Okay. Oh, very good. All right. Why don't we play another track from the EP? And you said it's called AAA?
AAA.
Where's the name come from? I mean, aside
it
from
has like
roadside assistance.
It kind of has like a bunch of joke meanings. The original joke meaning was all acoustic album, and then what happened was when I recorded The Good, the Bad, and the Awkward, it took so long to record just to come up with the funds for it. And then I had a child, and I've just been itching to release new music. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do something all acoustic and get new music out there so people can hear it, because I want people to hear what I've been writing. And even since I've finished it, I've already written a bunch of new stuff. But the next one, I'm definitely going to go back into like the full band in production, but I really wanted to put this out first.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, why don't we play something from that? What do you want to play next?
We can play The Blame Game.
Okay. All right. So this is The Blame Game from Amanda McCarthy on her new EP AAA here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Drowning in my rage, it's bleeding through my soul. Your sorrow IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We're here tonight talking with Amanda McCarthy and at the studio in downtown Laconia. And all right, Amanda, so you revealed something during the break there about radio class. and I think when I talked to you before, so you I think it started your first year of college or were finishing up or?
Yeah, I was just finishing up my first year.
So what was your major?
I was in school for a little bit for music. I was at a community college, and they had a great music program, but it was more designed to transition into a classical program at a university.
Oh, okay.
And I can't sing classically to save my life.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really afford a school, like Berkeley or Belmont.
That's hard, yeah.
So I just kind of was like, well, I'll just try this on my own and see where it goes.
Yeah. Was your original intention to transition into being a classically trained musician, or?
That was never really my intention. I had dabbled back and forth between just getting student loans to consume my life and going to Berkeley, which is where I really wanted to go all my life.
Yeah.
And then I was considering the music business program at UMass Lowell. I ended up going in a totally different direction. I transferred to Southern New Hampshire University, SNU, in Manchester, for graphic design, which I do enjoy, but then I started having these panic attacks. I was like, I can't do anything musical while I'm here. I can't focus on it. I can't work to get money for studio time.
Yeah.
And I just felt like...
Because you were so busy with that, or?
Yeah, and at the time, I don't know, for some reason I thought that my time was growing short. I thought I had to be young to get it done.
Yeah.
But something just told me, I was like, I just need to do music. And I ended up dropping out. My parents at first were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And then they were like, "Oh well, we just want you to be happy."
Yeah.
And then it ended up going really well, and they were finally like, "Well, I guess you made an okay decision."
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. How far did you get at SNU?
I was in my first semester, and I was just like, this was never what I really wanted.
Yeah.
So.
Well, sometimes that happens. You have to try different things to figure out, what you really want and what your real goals are. So nothing wrong with that. You mentioned you have a child now. How old?
I do. She is a year and 3 months old.
Okay, I was going to ask you if she was showing any interest in music, but probably.
Oh, she's on beat all the time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No kidding. Wow, cool. Is that something that kind of runs in your family? Like, are your parents musical, or?
My dad used to play in a professional band out in California.
Really?
True story about my dad. He auditioned to be in the Heartbreakers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
He didn't get in, but that was his big moment. And then he kind of just stopped that and concentrated on work.
Yeah.
My mom, she sang and danced as a kid, but never really did anything serious with it.
What does your dad play?
Drums.
Drums. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's cool. So, I mean, them being musically inclined, I've just noticed it with people I've talked to over the years. I think that if your parents are of that ilk, and your dad certainly, obviously, if he was auditioning for that, they'll be more supportive if they kind of get it. You know what I mean? If they understand why music is so important to you.
Yeah, my dad always did everything to make sure, especially when I was younger and I didn't really work, that we had gas money to go wherever I needed to go. My mom always came with me to all my gigs, and my aunt
that's
too.
Cool.
So I definitely had the family support.
That's really cool. Did you? Was your mom with you when I interviewed you before? Maybe.
I think it was my aunt.
It was your aunt. Okay.
She was my manager for a little bit, and then I just kind of learned the ropes and took it over myself.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I seem to remember a family member being with you. That's cool. But I mean, was she? I assume was helpful in the beginning in terms of, because you had a lot. With the song Sticks and Stones and everything, you had a lot going on right out of the gate. So
yeah, she day and night would look for opportunities for me, send out emails, make phone calls. She got me a lot of my first huge opportunities, like playing at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Wow.
And playing at Six Flags, which was really, really cool.
Oh, really?
And having those on my resume when I kind of started to, take over myself and send my own emails and do my own booking stuff, having those on my resume definitely helped. So she is pretty much the reason why I kind of got that jump start pretty early.
That's really cool. Yeah. So you playing at Six Flags? What's that like? Are you on a stage there, or what? How does that work?
It is a big stage. The one in New England had a stage. The one at New York was more like music in their restaurant.
Yeah.
But you still got all the perks of playing there, like
Oh,
food
yeah.
and stuff. There weren't like a ton of people, but they've had some like big acts there who like, everyone will come rushing in to see.
Yeah.
So I didn't like, there wasn't anyone big there the day that I played, but they have had cool people on that stage as well.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, that's cool. So what's your do you have kind of a long-term plan for this, or are you just kind of taking it incrementally? I mean, do you want to tour the United States and, what's...
At one point, I'd like to tour the United States at a point where it's not incredibly foolish to take my little baby along. I couldn't... my friend Tom that I told you about earlier, he was like, we should go on a 3-week tour this summer, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't just up and leave for 3 weeks.
Right.
But so he's being really cool and just letting me like space it out and stuff with what I'm doing. But eventually I would like to go on a full tour and really dive into my originals. On the side, I kind of do like, cover gigs at restaurants that pay a little better. So I'm usually going back and forth between I got the original music, or maybe I should concentrate on those and get some extra money.
Right.
It's still music. So, and you can definitely, even like if you pay attention to my Facebook page and look at my schedule, you can tell when I've been in an original booking phase and a cover booking phase. But
right.
I do both, and I'll just figure it out as I go. I'm not overly worried about it.
Yeah. You know a lot of covers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. Like how many songs do you think you know?
I think I know about 200.
Wow. That's a lot.
I can't sing for more than 4 hours, but I could probably play for like
still.
5.
So. Oh, wow. No, that's pretty good. When you do the cover thing, is that always just you, or do you ever have...
It's me or my brother.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm doing one on New Year's Eve with my friend on Cajon, so that'll be new for the covers.
Yeah, that's cool. Now the EP, is that only available online, or are there physical copies as well? Or
I'm getting physical copies. For lack of a better excuse, I'm just going to be honest. I haven't really had the money to print them, but my parents love me and Christmas is coming up, so they'll be helping me get those squared away.
Right.
I have nothing to hide. But so that'll be like my Christmas present from them to get those physical copies. So I'll have those before I go out to New York and stuff. But right now it is available on iTunes and everywhere else.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't we play another track from the new EP, AAA? What do you want to play next?
Next, I want to play Elephant in the Room. This is my favorite, and it's the one that people have really been responding to very well. So.
Why is that? What do you think it is about it that people respond to?
Elephant in the Room is the first song I wrote. When I was younger, I was more like country pop, and Elephant in the Room is the first one I wrote that, obviously acoustic, you can't hear it as much, but is more like alternative, like very Fall Out Boy inspired.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends and a lot of people, who already liked my music also like that kind of music. So I think I heard that song that they'd never heard anything like from me and just went, whoa, where did that come from?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll take a listen. So this is Elephant in the Room from Amanda McCarthy's new EP, AAA, here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Situation, just a bit of an alienation, conflict of interest, crash landing at best, pushing and pulling and kicking and screaming out of my head, but you don't know the reason. It's like a bad drug, falling in my blood, still contemplating excuses for waiting, the consequences of the words I know I'll never say. Rendezvous. It seems to me I spoke too soon. Oh, what do I say when it's a racking upon my brain? I can't lie to hide the truth anymore. I just know what I'm looking for. Now what I'm looking for. Never thought I'd have to be the one to tell you. Break down and cry when we've been through. Face is turning bad and now the time is turning green. I'm afraid I might say something I don't quite mean. Can't keep pretending for a happy ending. Still contemplating excuses for waiting. The consequences lays on the words I know I'll never say.
IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Thank you again to our guest for this week's show, Amanda McCarthy. I do want to mention, since we spoke with Amanda, there is on the front page of her website, AmandaMcMusic.com. She's got a big show coming up. She's been invited to perform on the main stage at First Night Boston's annual New Year's Eve celebration. So this is a big deal, and congratulations to her. So if you're in Boston or planning to head there for New Year's Eve, be sure to swing by. She'll be performing with her full band from 12:30 to 1 p.m. on that day, on New Year's Day, and the show is free and is open to all ages at First Night Boston. So that is New Year's Eve from 12:30 to 1 p.m. that afternoon. So, and if you want to keep up with everything that Amanda's got going on, AmandaMcMusic.com is where you can go and find links to everything, her Facebook and Twitter and all the music sites that she's on. She's definitely got her bases covered. So thank you again to her for coming in for this week's show. And when we recorded the interview with Amanda, she did, as promised, play live for us. So I am going to play the live recording that she did, a track called Living Under the Lights, which she recorded at the studio in downtown Laconia where we did the interview, and that's how we wrapped things up with that. But then I have a little bonus for you too. Also after that, I do want to play Sticks and Stones, and we talked about the song during the interview. We talked about it being up for an award and whatnot, kind of an anti-bullying song. And when I first met Amanda, when she came onto the show several years ago, that was kind of the big thing that she had in play at the time. Was that song and everything that was coming about as a result of it, and all the attention that she was getting. That was really the song that launched her career. So what we'll do is we'll play first Living Under the Lights, her live performance here at the studio, and then I'm going to play Sticks and Stones for you. And thank you all for joining us this week. By the way, Jim Terrell is with us next week on Local Outbreak, right here at the studio on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. And, before I go to one other thing, if you want to listen to Amanda's original interview on Local Outbreak, we do archive all the shows at IPMNation.com/Local Outbreak. Right on that page, you'll find all the episodes of the show that we've done here at the studio since we've been doing the show here in downtown Laconia for the past couple of years. And then if you click the archives link, you can find an alphabetical archive of everything pre-studio. So that's where you'll find Amanda McCarthy's first appearance on the show. All right, so that'll do it for this week. And this is Amanda performing live, Living Under the Lights, here on Local Outbreak.
Something about the way you sing, like no matter what's wrong, you'll move along, you don't worry about a thing. There's something about the way you move, the way you pour yourself on stage, like there's nothing in the world left for you to lose. I can't stop dreaming of your eyes. You know you've got me hypnotized. You've got me going crazy with the way you're living under the lights. Something about the way you smile, like you know what's on my mind, but you'll pretend otherwise for just a little while. There's something about the man you are, mystery, and promise me you'll stop at nothing till your dreams have been a start. of your eyes. You know you got me hypnotized. You've got me going crazy with the way you're living under the lights. I can't stop dreaming of your eyes. You know you got me hypnotized. You've got me going crazy with the way you're living under the lights. Living under the lights. Living under the lights. You've got me going crazy with the way you're living under the lights. All I ever wanted was just to be accepted, but now I'm in the corner and I have been rejected. You think you're so above me, I'm looking up, but all I see is the world where I would rather be. And every hurtful word you say makes me wish more and more you hadn't closed the door on me. And my chance of being something, I'm tired of being nothing. You don't need to explain why you're better than me. When I look in the mirror, I already see you've been telling you now for years and years, but you don't know how many tears I've cried about I wanted to hide, wanted to curl up in a ball and die. You ever said sticks and stones are the worst? I'm telling you, you don't know what I've been through. I wanted to be like you, but there was nothing I could do. It was out of my control to change your mind. You made me feel so low. You had no problem letting me know I was still below, no matter how I tried. My clothes were never cool enough, my hair was never straight enough. For you I knew I'd never be good enough. I'm reaching out for something, 'cause you left me with nothing. You don't need to explain why you're better than me. When I look in the mirror, I already see you've been telling me now for years and years, but you don't know how many tears I've cried about I wanted to hide, wanted to curl up in a ball and die. You ever said sticks and stones are the worst? I'm telling you, you don't know what I've been through. My friends tell me I'm beautiful, but I just won't believe. And I walk around the hallway with my heart out on my sleeve. You can't take back the words you said, forever floating I turned on the TV, I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw the smoke rising 100 feet high, and I heard the people scream. It had to be a dream. Fear on the faces of friends and family.
A nation in terror, a million broken hearts. Tragedy struck in our own backyard. Who could have known? So close to home, coming together to stand on our own. And when you bleed, I'll feel it. And when you scream, I'll hear it.
Our city is shaking, but together we stand. Rise above the ashes, and all the blood on our hands. No matter how black the sky, no matter how many tears we cry, the city lights will always shine. No matter what, we always know. Wherever these lives may go, when Boston calls, we're not alone.
Pick up the pieces and stand unafraid.
Bury the angels, but never in vain.
We're reaching for justice and holding to hope.
Praying for answers that we'll never know.
And when you fall, we'll catch you. And when you need, we'll help you.
Our city is shaking, but we will recover. Rise above the hatred, we will carry each other. No matter how black the sky, no matter how many tears we cry, the city lights will always shine. No matter what, we always know. Wherever these lives may go, when Boston calls, we're not
Cause our city is shaking, we still have our lives.
our sons and our daughters, our husbands and wives.
Our brothers and sisters, our courage and strength.
But above all else, our freedom and our faith. No matter how black the sky, no matter how many days we climb, the city lights will always shine. No matter what, we always know.
IPMNation.com.